Good evening, folks. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Well, good evening, good night. Well, I guess I'd say good night if I'm leaving, wouldn't I, really? Hello, brother. Friendly Neighborhood Inquisitor, welcome. Dark Apostle. Some dude, welcome. Oh, God. 30 minutes to 12 o'clock. Well, aren't you dedicated? I appreciate it, thank you. No need to be here, by the way. It's a bit of a random late night stream. How are you all? I hope you're well. Lil Clack, welcome. Thanks for stopping by, folks. I better get the one that I was doing the last one. I haven't actually finished it, but I did more, I promise. But when I say I did more, let me just move this out of the way, Gary. We're going to Blood Claw today. I did the helmet, and I stuck a top knot on the helmet. It worked out quite well, looks quite cool. I'll stick it in here. And then I just got a random backpack just to test it, really. Just debating what I want to do with the backpack, or if I want to keep it literally basic as it is. But that's pretty much what it looks like. I think it looks pretty cool. I think it's cool like that. I cut the necklace off with the runestone and the claws and stuff like that, and obviously I took the symbol off there. Do you know what I might do? I might zoom in. No, I think we're right. So that's the first one in the bag. Well, one of the first ones. Basically, the leader of the Blade Guard veteran, my Blade Guard veteran. So he's ready to go. We're going to do Blood Claws today. Let's just finish my Blood Claws. I need to base them. Nice. I can't. The thing is, yeah, I'm doing this, but if I start to build too many models in one go, I'll get bored. So I have to be careful. I'm still not finished with my Morlock Terminator. Get on it. Get on it. Thank you very much, some dude. Hello, Croc. Welcome to stream. I'm doing this when I get back from my home. Can't wait. Nice. What the Space Wolf set. I'm kitbashing them into my own chapter. The homebrew. I'm changing them around, taking them from the Viking aspect, or using some of the Viking aspect, and turning them into like a Japanese orientation. Yep, it's the Phobos. We figured it out what it's from. It's from the Kill Team Phobos upgrade sprue. So you only get one on the sprue. But as a captain, as it were, of the Blade Guard or something like that, or the leader or whatever, lieutenant you want to go for, sorry, then I think that's quite a good helmet. And then I'm working on all the other helmets, Phobos helmets, and cutting them down. But today we're working on Blood Claws, or in the lore, we're going to go for Raijin's Fangs. So it's just assault troops, any type of troops, assault intercessors, normal intercessors, things like that. So that's what we're going to do. Hello, Harry. Welcome to the stream. Too many models, looks at desk. Yep. That's the thing, you see. So we're just going to do the what's he called? The Blood Claw Pack Leader, or basically a Raijin's Fang Sergeant. Pretty much what it'll be. I do need your help as to what we're going to go with, though. I'm not too bothered. It's very unlikely I'm going to play with them, but if the choice was there between the bolt pistol or the plasma pistol or just this cool hand, what should we go for? I'm definitely going to go for a chainsword because I'm going to go for the White Scar upgrade sprue chainsword. So we're definitely going to go for that. But I need your folks' input. Trinavantes? An ancient British clan from the borough in the UK. Nice. From my borough in the UK. Nice. I'm probably butchering that, so I apologise. Pistol. What? A pistol or a plasma pistol or a bolt pistol? And we've got brother's got the vote in first there. Maybe we should set up a poll. Maybe. But that requires effort. And it is 20 to 10 UK time. So I say plasma. Have you got any special variants of plasma bolt for a sergeant? Not sure. Definitely a pistol. Axe. Hold my axe. Oh, it's a plasma. Screams authority. So you don't off yourself with firing. So these come, obviously these come with various melee weapons as well. You've got this cool claw. But I'll tell you what, let's get to the first step, shall we? You got it. Trinavantes. Cool. I got it. Even though I'm from the UK. In fact, I've never heard of them, which is weird. It's a cool part of the plasma though. High risk, high reward. It is. Plasma's fun. Playing it kill team, running it hot is always fun. You see, I think everyone's on the same wavelength there. It's part of the fun. Okay, then let's build the model, shall we? So let's get the bit. I had to pull the kit out, the actual specific sprue out, because quite frankly, I found it difficult to locate. So we're just going to remove the bits we need for now. I'm just going to quickly snip all these off. I probably should have done this before. It would have been a bit better and a bit more entertaining. I should have got the model built, partially built. But you know, sometimes we like to get a bit. So we need 30 in that one, so this one as well. As always, let me know what the volume is like, my voice and the music. Is one higher than the other, or are they both okay? Let me know the quality of the stream. It was democracy, brother. Democracy prevails. Yeah, these aren't space wolves though, some dude. Well, these physically are space dude. A space dude? Space wolves. However, they are going to be converted into my custom chapter. If brother has a link to my Google Drive document, then that would be amazing. Hello, Lord Kurgan. Welcome to the stream. I hope you're well. Good to see you again. Thank you for last time stopping by with your family. Who is you hanging with? Who was watching? Because that was very cool. I went with Lightning Claw for my Blue Claw as it for a different competitor. Yeah, the Lightning Claw is awesome, but I'm going to keep it for something else. They're both pretty good balance. If I had to critique, I'd say turn the music down a tiny bit. Cool. I can do that for you, not a problem at all. Volume, let's smidge it down to... There we go. What the fuck? Why did the ad kick me out? I have no idea why the ad kicked you out. That's weird. It wasn't me. I didn't do it. Right, let's get these bits sorted, otherwise we're going to be here with not even anything built. And then that would be rather embarrassing. 534. Let's get this clicked off. Right, we've got some stuff to work with, so that's a good start. There's a link there that brother has posted up. Thank you for that, brother. And that will lead you to the custom chapter document that we got. Let's remove this because this is probably blowing all the light out. So there we go. There we go. Yep. For anyone that's interested, not on Discord, feel free. Right. Let's crack open. Let's crack on with this. Crack open. Crack on with this. So I hope those of you who are dealing with the unprecedented warm weather for the UK are okay. And all those others that are in hotter climes are probably like, just deal with it. Hello Hasington, good to see you. Thanks for stopping by, I hope you're well. Bit of a late one, but hey. I may have to pop off every now and again, folks, by the way, just a heads up, as my wife is out, so I'm keeping an eye on the kids. They're entertained currently. They're not like babies or anything, so they're fine. But they're upstairs, so I want to make sure that they're okay every so often. Darth Mayonnaise. I don't know if there's an error, but yeah. Yes, he is a mod. He's a mod in the Discord, so it makes sense to pop him a mod in here as well. Okay, I think I will expire. Yes, at least it's the weekend though. You can hide away in a house. Thankfully, downstairs in my house is quite cool because it's quite dark and shaded. But I still have a fan on currently going. You might hear it in the background. You are too, Has, yes. But I didn't want to add any extra pressure on to you to be a moderator here. If obviously, especially with your young family, I didn't want to assume that you'll be a moderator on here. But you know, I'm more than happy to give you that status if you so wish. I have a feeling you wouldn't be too bothered, but the offer is there. Oh, nice, 23. Nice, that is acceptable. I work in a fridge. It's basically 5 degrees and suddenly 21. I'm at. Yeah, it's quite confusing for my. Yeah, I can imagine. That'd be weird. I have 1-year-old sister. I have 2 children, son and daughter. One is 9, and the other is 12 this year. Next month, to be precise. (29 degrees at 11:45). Yes. Thankfully, it's cooling down over here, so that's nice. And it's AR-15s. I know the temp in Celsius, but over here I've got around 85 Fahrenheit. Yeah, I'm not too sure myself. That's strange money to me. Did anyone know how I can change my Discord name when I click it at my profile? Nothing happens. Yeah, you should be able to. You should be able to, rather than go to your actual your private profile, as it were. You go to the top of the Discord and click your username there, and it's like edit. Use it like server nickname or something like that. Something like that. Oh, one thing we need to do as well before we start sticking stuff together on here, we need to remove the chest piece. I can show you how I do that. 34 all week for me in Italy. Hopefully the weather is still hot when I come home. Whereabouts? Where are you now then, Croc? Oh, so okay. Sorry, are you in Italy with 34 and then coming home somewhere else, or are you somewhere else and it's 34 in Italy, then you'll be heading back to Italy? Oh yeah, Lil Clack. I've seen pictures of him on top of a roof on Discord. Right, we're going to remove some of this iconography. Some nice family loots. Oh, painting. Request. Nice. I'm glad you're getting the time. Eventually. Right, I'm going to use clippers to start off with. We're going to remove the bulk of this, so like the diamond in the front here. I tell you what we probably need to do is we're going to change the blade, because I don't want to end up putting lots of pressure. So this cool little handy kit here, you stick your knife in, your scalpel. I put it the right way. This way. Pull this down. Pull it. Bong. And now it's all safely contained in this plastic box. So you were correct, it was related to Star Wars then. And then we'll just crack one of these open. Tear in this direction. That's alright. English is not your first language, which is absolutely fine. I won't worry about it. Most of us English folk can't speak English, so me no speak English the good. Don't need to apologise at all. Sorry, just remove that. Right. This big pack of blades. It's like, why are you ordering these? Questionable. There's a nice new blade. Lovely that they inform you that it's not sterile. Pop that in there first, and there we go. Blade has been bladed. What about it now? Cut myself again. But I'm in class 9, that's bad. I need to do... Oh! Well, don't be so harsh on yourself. I'm sure you will. What scalpel is that? I never change my blades, so it's blunt. And blunt, my paintbrush. This is a Swan Morton number 3 handle with 10A blades. There is an affiliate link in the description below, Lil Clack, for Amazon, so feel free to click on that if you want to grab them. Also, there's a link to the blades as well, because you have to get them separately. Always use a sharp blade, because you'll put less pressure on there, and then you're less likely to cut yourself. But, you know, it still might happen. Took me a while to order 1mm balls for my armor bonding studs. Fear of looking like I want to build a pipe bomb. Yeah. It's like, why are they just random like wires and ball bearings and what's going on? Questionable. we're going to slowly scrape this away. I hope you can see this, by the way. It does take a while to do it. Yeah, I'll wait to the end of the stream to do that. That's, I guess some do, that's how you know it works, is if you always cut yourself when you have a fresh blade. But you shouldn't have to apply, I mean look, I'm not applying much pressure, I'm just kind of gliding it across the top here. And it's cutting away a lot of the plastic nicely, so. But I get to show you folks how I shave this down in real time rather than... And that was a thank you for Keldanis for the subscription. I don't know if you're here, whether you're just subscribing, but I appreciate it nonetheless. Switch side hammers faster than reloading your scalpel. Cutting yourself while hobbying is almost the rite of passage at this point. Basically, everyone has, yeah, that and spilling non-oil. That's another one, or any kind of. Not specifically a paint, because I find spilling paint is harder, but spilling a wash or something like that, I think that should be considered a rite of passage as well. Let me just brush this away. Yeah, you can get like these are made in like UK, so they might be a bit more difficult to get hold of if you're not based in UK. So, you know. Oh, it's popped up as headsman. Ah, friendly neighbourhood inquisitor. Thank you very much for joining Patreon. Oh, well, for joining the channel. Sorry, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. I need to change that. You shouldn't be called a head swapper. I haven't changed that yet, I apologise. It'll be something different. But thank you very much, I appreciate you joining. That's awesome of you. I will be updating the rewards for that, so hopefully you'll get some nice further rewards that match the Patreon. Now you get a nice little, I think, a symbol next to your name. That's really cool. Thank you ever so much. I haven't spilt oil, but I have spilt paint. Mainly accident dropping it. Yeah, it's... I understand that. I get that one, I guess. But when you spill the pot, like... It slowly comes out, doesn't it? Whereas oil's like... rushes out. When you have spilt red paint, it's very specific. I've got my own wash, and I say I have my own wash, but I stole it from another YouTuber who unfortunately is no longer with us, which is very sad. Rob Paints Minis, I think his name is, and he has this wash called Armor Wash. I mean, you can't even. It's here, and basically, it's like. I'll find the video for it, and I'll put it. Hey, you got a symbol. And you got a green name, friendly. Nice. Maybe we should get some more green names in here. What do we think, folks? It's like non-oil, Agrax Earthshade. I want to say Dark Drakenhof Nightshade and Athonian Camo Shade together. And basically, what it comes out like is... Let me get this. So... This is what it looks like. Ooh. I can't really see it on there, but see this here. See this? What kind of like it gives like various tinges on the silver. It's a very cool watch. I'll find out what it is. The actual video, and I'll post it in the Discord if the folks are in there. But yeah, unfortunately he's no longer with us. He passed away a few years back, which is very sad. But his painting was amazing. He's one of the people that inspired me into jumping into YouTube. As I started off as a painter rather than a kit basher. So, but his armor wash is very nice. Now we're just slowly removing more of this off. The Blood Angel Rage is contained in the paint, and what's that's exactly what's happened. But we're just going to get the knife. I'm going to slowly, where we've kind of like dug in. So it's all a little bit rough, as you can see. It's all bobbly and stuff like that. But we're going to smooth that down quite nicely. With a combination of the hobby knife and sanding sticks and all that sort of stuff. Keeping his memory going, using his wash mix. Yeah, definitely. Bless him. And it's a good wash mix. Wash mix. If I can actually talk. What we'll do as well, we'll maybe stop a bit later, and we will do a little show and tell. There is a stream showcase kind of channel on Discord. We can have a little look and look at people's minis, which would be fun. I have no end time currently to this stream, so we'll see how we go. One, we'll see how I go because it's going to be warm and it's going to be late. We'll see how everyone else goes. Obviously, I'm not expecting those folks who are from the furthest parts of Europe to be awake, considering it is now currently, well, 4 minutes to 12 over there. But we'll see how we go, shall we? Let's see what everyone else can do. I've no idea. You've had 5 ads. Well, that's crazy. See, YouTube auto signs ads. So, I mean, I need to look into it a bit more and probably try and make it so that it's not as invasive as what you're experiencing. I apologise, some dude. I don't know why that's happening. I've just set it to default, so I've not kind of tweaked it or anything like that. I probably need to look at it just to make it a little bit less intrusive. Right, so we've scraped off a lot of that. So it's not like super smooth, but oh yeah, I mean, things uncheck on the stream itself. Okay. I'll have a little look. Oh, hang a minute. I think you're right there, brother. Hang a second. Let me go to here. Let me go to here. Let me go to notification. Nope. Let's go to create. Let's go to go live. You should come up with the stream's already live. Can I change? Here we go. Here we go. That's monetization. See, it's let YouTube insert mid-rolls for you recommended. It's on conservative, so lower earning potential, less interruptive viewer experience. So it's on the lowest setting. So I mean, I'll pause them. I'll delay them for now for 10, it's delayed for 10 minutes, so hopefully that will give you a little bit of a leeway. Yeah. Maybe because I'm in Germany. I wouldn't have thought. Yeah, we're going to use some sanding sticks now, and we're going to smooth this down a bit more. And we just go round and round. One little technique that I use often as well when using sanding sticks is I actually wet the area. So it's like a wet sand. I find that helps a lot as well. And I also clean the area with some like water, just like off my finger or something like that to start off, at points, because you can see how it looks. No point in continuing to sand if there's no need to. Let's do that. You might hear the door go in a minute. That'll be my son because he's not subtle. There you go. So just do that. The other wash mix I like is Marine Juice, which is 4:3:3 ratio of Lamium medium, non-oil and Reichland flesh shade. Made late as I doubted myself and had to double check the ratio. That's alright, no problem. That sounds cool. Did you have a favourite Kitbash model? I was in about the ones that I've done so far. I would say that probably my favourite is... I think my favourite because... I don't know, I mean it's hard because it's based on favourite and... like kitbashed and painted. So like if I, for example, say that my favourite painted one is probably Cato Sicarius. But my favourite kitbash one, I would probably say, all in all, is probably Pedro Cantor. And the only reason I'd say that is because I think he probably is the most accurate. If that makes sense. As in, like, it looks more like the older model than a lot of the other ones. But I'll be interested to know what your folks' best ones are. Max, no. Sorry, just helping my son out quickly. Put the lid on. Put the pen on there. Okay, is that it? Yeah. Make sure you plug it in again. Okay. Yeah, I'd be interested to know what you folks' favourite one is for both kit bashing and painting. Let me know. And also the next question, follow-up question to that is, what one do you dream of next? Dream is a hard word, a strong word, I know, it's a very weird word, but you know what I mean. What one would you like to see next? Pedro Cantor is the beast himself. I stole Ulrich from you and built himself. Well, that's good. I'm glad. Have you ever showed it, Little Clack? Have you ever showed it off in the chat? In Discord? Have I missed it? Because I've had a few people come to me with it in like Instagram. Say, oh, I've copied your video. Here's my version and stuff like that, which is amazing, by the way. Just when people do that, that's so kind of gratifying and humbling. When someone goes, I used your tutorial for this. My favourite is Nokona. Yeah, I like Nokona, and the reason I like Nokona a lot actually is because of the sculpting. I'm quite chuffed with the sculpting. Actually, that reminds me. I think I lie. I think one of my favourite ones is actually Sergeant Centurius. It was weird because when I built it, I was like, oh, and when I started painting it, I was like, oh no, I'm not sure. And then when I finished it, I was like, this actually come together really well. I mean, I've said it before, but I love your Cantor, Lysander, but Cantor does take the cake. There we go, there's yours. Pedro Cantor on the Watchmaster. God, everyone likes the Pedro. That's very cool. Maybe we need to do another one with the new captain that's coming out. Dantioch. Oh, Dantioch. Dantinoch. I think I've got him on the list. I have to double check that. I've got to say, I love the Sevatar one. It's still very clearly Sevatar, but not comprised of 15 different kits. And the dream is either Erebus or Lorgar. Ooh. Well, if we get to... So I've got a goal up there at the moment, and please do not feel obliged to it. But if we get to 10 super chats of £5 or more, I will showcase the next model work in progress to you. But again, do not feel any pressure. I'll probably end up doing it anyway, but you know, depending on how late this goes. Yeah, ages ago. Okay. Okay. I'm really sorry I haven't remembered. But that's super cool, little clack, and I appreciate that you used it. Not named Crusade, but I would love to see your take on a Stormseer in current 40k. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to have a little play with a Stormseer on this chapter as well, so that would be quite fun to see how that goes. That would be very cool. But I have thought of Stormseer stuff and how I'd make it work. You could definitely do with some more in 40k. Well, I think you've got the old model, haven't you? There's an old model of it. Let me just clean this up a bit. My favourite is probably Cantor, but as for what next, probably I suspect your upcoming brush is Erebus. Oh, you're suspecting, are you? Dantinoch and Alexius Pollux for a diorama. Yeah, these diorama ideas are cool. My brother had the same idea, doing like I think it was Sharikin and Lucius the Eternal, sort of kind of like a battle kit diorama kitbash thing. Which I think is a cool idea. And then Pharaon and Erebus, I think it was, wasn't it? Stuff like that. Which I think is a cool idea. What I want to see you do is, well, anything Iron Hand related. Them and the White Scars are the last ones left to do. They are, yes. In fact, I will show you. I can show you. I'm happy to show you, folks, the White Scar. The one that was shelved. I will get round to doing it, and I will put it up as a short or an Instagram post or something like that. I'm quite happy to show you folks how far I got with that. It is in my drawer currently next to me, so it's not too far away. Here we go, look. So that's looking quite good. I think we could probably do a little bit more off the front here. It needs to be smooth just a little bit more. But yeah, I'm happy to do that if you folks want to see where I was going with it. Get the toothbrush out. Try and get all these nooks and crannies. No pressure, but I can't wait for you to get around to paint one. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it as well. That's why I wanted to go for a just like a standard sergeant here, and I thought that would be a good one to start painting. because I find that things like the blade guard and all that sort of stuff, I think they might be a little bit too detailed to start off with, and I'll be a little bit confused as to how I want to do it. Okay, friendly neighborhood inquisitor, safe journey. Make sure you're not looking at the screen whilst you're driving. I'm sure you'll be sensible and won't. The next video is close to completion, by the way, folks. I've done something a bit different. I've written a very loose script, getting a bit of my humour in there, making it a bit more personal. It's a different approach to what I normally do, but we'll see how it goes. Let's clean this up. So this is the problem sometimes when you're doing, you've got like gouge marks around the gorget area. I'm also looking at doing a poll at some point in Discord, something like that, for the video after this one that's coming out, as to what you'd like to see. And what I mean by that is not like what actual model, because that would give it away, wouldn't it? But between the choices of another like loyalist Space Marine character, a Chaos character, or a Xenos character slash unit of some sort, or model of some sort. Remember to keep your eyes on the road, that's right, not like our highways. Yeah, the autobahn. Crazy. New video got me hyped, and if my prediction is correct, my wallet will not make it. Kill Team Cassius when? That's on the list. In fact, I've been looking into some of the characters already, as to how I can approach them. So I have been inquiring. So I'm just buffing this out a little bit more just to get it a bit more in shape, but apologies, I've just spent the last like 30 minutes for sanding. But in order to get it nice and smooth, I've got to put the work in. Thankfully a lot of these have, like, a lot of them, the details are not on here already. It's just like a diamond in the middle or something like that, which helps a lot. Yep, Huron Blackheart, he's on my list. It's weird, what I tend to do with my list of Kitbash ideas is I literally go, right, what am I going to work on next? And I just go through the list and go, so that might be an interesting one. Let's have a look, see if there's anything I can think up. And if I can think it up, as in like, oh, that kit would work for that, or that kit would work for that, then I generally go, okay, well, if I've got a solution to 3 or 4 problems, let's crack on with it. Let's start it. And that's generally how I kind of work on my kit bashes. And the problems are like the genuine parts of the model that are recognisable. Seeing you tackle some Xenos would be interesting. Yep, definitely something I want to do at some point. Some of the Badab. I've got a whole Badab War section on my Kitbash list, which is cool. I've got Asterion in there. I've got the Red Wake in there. I've got is it Malkion? Foros? I can't never remember the pronunciations. Anyway, Lamenters guy from the Lamenters. Yeah, I've got quite a few. I've done all the characters, so if you need help, any idea of the specific ones, let me know. You have, and they were awesome, Lil Clack. I remember seeing them 100%. I'll give you a shout. It's a weird one though as well. Like, do I do a video series, and would people like be, because it's like, how many models? 10 models. Oh, Isodon as well. I'm looking into. But yeah, would it be 10 videos, individual ones? Is it Malachim Foros? Yeah, Foros. I was close. Quick and easy one with the Emperor. Yeah, so anyway, what I was saying is that, do I just do 10 individual videos, or do I like go all out and try and squeeze all of them into one video? I mean, it makes sense to do it in one video because I have a feeling that people will get probably a little bit bored of 10 individual videos of... But at the same time, they'll be kind of like interspersed with other videos, so I won't specifically be using them for like... Yeah, we'll be using them specifically for, as in like one after the other. That's what I'm trying to say. So I'm trying to multitask, and as a male, that's not an easy task. Let me bring this up quickly. It is it's Karab Kuln, isn't it? Red Scorpions. That's it. Lord Karab Kuln the Risen. Love to see whatever you think works best. Plus, you do remember not to burn yourself out. Yes, exactly. Yeah, I think that would be quite a big thing for me if I did like all 10 in one video. Blimey, now I didn't know that, Lil Clack. I just remember the models. Right, I think we're okay with this chess piece now. What do you folks think? I think that's quite smooth. Every Sunday, one character, something like... Blimey. I admire your optimism in me. Some dude. In the first 2 hours long We Paint Mini video, the Dad Boss special. Oh god, don't. 10-hour uncut video of you trying to say all the names while building them. Hey, I'm not too bad with names. Just a little bad, but not too bad. I'm gonna get rid of this skull here. I'm just gonna use my clippers just to clip away most of it. Kind of calm. That would be Dreadnought or a regular Marine if you went for him. Well, yeah, I mean, whatever. I'll just look around and see what one. I mean, at the minute with Isodon as well, I'm toying with the idea as to how to approach him. I could go the same as what Pete did, where, you know, it's a in Phobos armor because it kind of makes sense, but something's leading me towards just normal intercessor with some cool little differences to it. Very, yeah, utilitarian pouches and grenades and all that sort of stuff. Or videos where you just show your progress. I will just show the progress anyway, some dude. I'll show that on like in Discord and stuff like that. So make sure that folks can see how I go. But I see what you mean. Fun fact, Carib Colm is interred into Leviathan Dreadnought, a dreadnought so powerful it requires approval of chapter master to be deployed. He is a chapter master, he can deploy himself. Unfortunately, his chassis is slowly killing. Oh. It wouldn't be Warhammer 40K without something like that, would it? And there's the answer, I guess. He's in a dreadnought. I could call you Sofa if you want. I would just have to remember. A model art from before being entombed. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'll do a quick Google search on that. I mean, we could go down the route of Pete the Wargamer's streams where he just gets sidetracked by looking at models all the time. We can do that. I'm totally cool with that. I mean, I am just slowly scraping plastic away, so I'm not doing anything magically amazing myself. He has two models. One of him as a Vanguard veteran captain, I think, during the siege of Vrax Amphelion incident, and one of him a Terminate commander during Badab. Oh, nice. That's very cool. So good, he's got two models. Leviathan, just like the newer Redemptors, burn through their pilots as they are so powerful. That is a cool concept as well, though. And so very Warhammer 40k. So you die, and then you get interred into a dreadnought. However, the dreadnought will eventually kill you because it's so powerful. The fact that you're holding on to life as it is, or what could be life, well, some semblance. Have a swig of drink quickly. Oh yeah, 3 models. Dreadnought as well. So we have a selection. What version would you folks like to see? Would you like to see the Terminator, the Dreadnought, or the normal? I mean, if it was returned back into 40k, it'd be the Dreadnought, wouldn't it? That's the thing. But it depends whether we want to do a Badab War series, as it were. Or 3. I swear this music's on shuffle, but it seems to be playing the same ones. All the classic outro music from the channel. I think this song here is the one that people keep asking me, what is it? Where is it from? On one of my shorts. Who got removed? Yeah, because making a Dreadnought character would make for a massive. It would. I got a 3D print upgrade for a Redemptor for my Space Wolves. It's a grey tie Space Wolves one. No, Your wolf spear look really cool. Little clack so far. They look really cool. Some of the things that you've chosen, like with the spears and stuff like that. The stages of yeah, it's like various stages. Poor bloke, been through the ringer, isn't he? I believe the new Lord Redemptor got reconnected to not kill you. Retconned. Yeah. Users anymore so they can justify the removal of box Dreadnought characters and modernise them into Redemptors without killing them. So that's why we're going to get Bjorn Fell-handed. Without extensive 3D printing, China cast is very difficult. I'd say go for Terminator is the most well-known one. There you go. Some good advice from brother there. I need 3D print. My dad would kill me. He would see the electric bill. Yeah. I try not to. Well, I say try not to. I don't. The only time I've used 3D printed bits, I don't even think it's 3D. I think it was just a resin molded bit. Was for my White Scar Blade Guard veteran, like sergeant / captain. I did it ages ago. I try now just to use Games Workshop kits, and obviously that can be expensive. Of course it can, but it's also a lot more accessible for people, because 3D printing, whilst not everyone has a 3D printer, obviously, but also not everyone has the functionality either to get someone to 3D print via an STL, or they don't want to order something online or something like that because they don't know what it's like. It's yeah. So I just trying to focus on using Games Workshop kits, because then anyone can get them pretty much. Retcon, yeah, we knew what you meant. You're fine. Why always the cooking ad? Well, that is weird, having a cooking ad on here. I'd expect Warhammer Tacticus to be the ad. Something a bit more on brand, or maybe an Artis Opus ad, something like that, you know. Right. Anyway, I digress, as I always do. Yep, done robot stuff is awesome. Bless him, he's great. He is. His work's awesome. I often pop in his videos and comment. He does do awesome robot models. Oh yeah, I know what you mean, Dark Apostle. The 3D printer goes brrr. It's like, shut up. It's just so ridiculous. It does quite bug me as well. Right, okay, we've spent ages carving down some plastic. I'm not 100% happy with the chest, the belt buckle, but that's something I can work on. It's not a problem. So let's. I haven't even got the glue out. I mean, that's how far behind we are and everything. Let's try and clear this up quickly. So we're going to go for plasma pistol, but what else? I mean, I'm going to go for the White Scar chainsword. But what else should we add to this model to make it feel slightly different to the the base model, but not too much. Let's get that out there. Get some glue out quickly. Ideas. Up for some ideas. What we'll probably do is at the next stream we'll probably start painting, because the normal rank and file I'm not going to do too much in the way of kit bashing on them. Chains, Cypher says. So it's a much bigger problem in Heresy. It's a much bigger problem. Many people just 3D print their entire armies, and it wouldn't have been a problem if it could identify 3D from miles away. Yeah, not because they're bad, but because I'm too good at figuring out if they're 3D print or not. The extent of my 3D print is buying stuff and blue stuff molds with epoxy putties. Also, do you think super glue would work in filling the molds, as I haven't got UV resin? No, I would say no. Little clack. I'd say probably just get some UV resin. Probably your best bet. If you couldn't, yeah, couldn't. Super easily in pictures for some reason. I guess my eye is very well trained on distinguishing OG models. Skulls on the back. Chains for the hands. I don't think chains fit these guys, but it's an idea. Sometimes you just gotta love the bad guys. Some people gotta like them. Just gonna scrape this down a little bit more because it's bugging me. There is a little rune stone on the fur here, on the pelt. What I'll probably do is I'll probably just nip that off, and then I will add something else to dangle down there. Maybe like a purity seal or something. Or part of the storm calligraphy idea that we've got. Yeah, I love the Red Corsairs. I did start a Red Corsair kill team a while back for the Legionaries, but I never finished it because that's what I tend to do a lot of the time. My own hobby projects I always put to the back burner because I'm doing this stuff, which, well, I say I'm doing this stuff. Ironically, this is my own hobby project, but what I mean in general is stuff for YouTube, which I obviously do not begrudge in the slightest. I find it fun, but it doesn't leave much time for own projects. That's why I'm doing these on stream. Gives me a bit of flexibility in what I can do. I'm kit bashing, I'm making my own force. Hitting all the marks that I'm after. I don't know why I'm removing the mold lines on these bits. They're going to get covered up by a shin guard as well. Red Corsairs will be like Black Legion. Like, well, that's because you like the word bearers. So it's like a whole another level up. I mean, red Corsairs are like perfect for kit bashing and stuff like that, because you can literally just grab bits from anywhere and make any Space Marine kit or Chaos Space Marine kit and make these cool characters. That's why I like Shiva on Instagram. I don't know if anyone knows Shiva. They do amazing kit bash and paint jobs of red Corsairs using lots of different kits, and they look incredible. That's someone I reckon you should check out. They don't have daddy issues and they're more skilled and clearly less demons. Yeah, I like the pirate mentality of red Corsairs. That would be a project I'd like to pick up again at some point. Definitely. Too deep in the chaos rabbit hole. It's a hard hole to get out of. After doing Night Lords and stuff like that, it's like, oh man. Cool. You know? I mean, I love my generic Space Marines, my good boys. Well, say good boys. Self-imposed good boys. But chaos are fun. I need more chaos characters to add to the Kitbash list. Lost in the sauce. What we're doing here? Have I balls this up? Well, no, because I've got to build it first, so... What have I done here? Oh, there you go. Oh, off camera. Oh, God. Try that. What's your opinion on the new weapon kit for the Saturnine Dreadnought? I kind of like the Graviton. I have no idea, brother. I'm so sorry. For me, for Horus Heresy, it's like what looks cool. I'd have to have a look to see what the difference is. Like this, visual wise. I mean, I loved watching the reveal thing that we did. That was really cool. The legs are a pain to put together, just so you know the future. I think there was a slight delay, so I actually figured out they were a pain after you said it. But yes, they do appear as a pain so far. Right, I'm going to quickly stick this leg on, and then I'm going to shoot off and check on my children, make sure they're okay. My daughter's playing with hot glue, so she's a 12-year-old, so she's fully capable, but also sometimes a little bit, you know. Lack of common sense. Right, cool. That works. That seems to be working all right. There we go. Stick that on there. And then run a bit of glue back in as well, just to seal the deal. Right, folks, I shall be right back. We have a new be right back screen. It's not going to show me, is it? Because it's going to be a pain in the bum. Nope, that's the wrong one. We're not doing it, nope. Nope. Okay. It was working earlier, so I don't know why it's not working now. Anyway, I shall be right back. I have returned. What did I miss? Two people who should have been black-backed on principle even before heresy. Can't beat on Erebus with satisfaction. The birds are very well written. If you take off the whole I hate Erebus goggles, both Erebus and Corferant are still there. Both are alive. Yeah, I don't know why that didn't work. It's a bit frustrating. Maybe that. Ah! There we go, look. Typical. Works now. We figured it out, so that's the good thing. Anyway, let's crack on. I thought Joe got his face caved in by a rowboat going. Joe, or like autocorrect. Right, cool. Okay, let's get the bits and bobs going on this then. I'm gonna get the upgrade sprue out of my box of bits. Bit box is like a treasure trove of kit. Oh, what's this? Aha! Found it. Let's get this because I think this is the only one I've got. One Back on the phone. Yeah, they're on War Thunder. I still need to install that. Reinstall it even. I can't even remember my account for it. I'm going to bid everyone good night. Because if I stay longer, I'll fall asleep on my desk. Have a nice stream. Thank you, Harry. I appreciate it. Thanks for popping by. Get some rest. And that's the same to all of our friends in places that are later than the UK. Do not feel like you have to stay. Obviously, it's appreciated, but no pressure whatsoever. I mean, I should have done the shin pads, but I got excited and got this out. I do want to big up the fact that I'm using this and then realise that I don't have any left. So. I'm going to have to buy some more upgrade sprues, white guard upgrade sprues if I want to build some more. Obviously, I'm not going to give all of my assault intercessors the white scar upgrade sprue chainsaw. This is just for my sergeant to look fancy. Doing sergeant things with his fancy chainsword. Minutes to midnight. Still only coming up to 11 o'clock for me. Any pre-orders tomorrow? I need to set my alarm. Unless you want to buy me Cathay. But remember, regardless, if there's any pre-orders people are looking at getting, don't forget to use my affiliate links. All those little extra bits go straight to the channel. Still alive somehow. Well, I appreciate you being here, brother. Again, there's no need. But yeah, I could have a look at the Horus Heresy chainswords. That's a good idea, definitely. Started to realise why you never finish projects. Been over an hour and a poor man still hasn't landed. I know. I get distracted. This is the problem we've got here. Look at the way that this arm sits. I mean, I like my super chilled. Actually, I think it'll be fine because his other arm sticks out when he points the gun. Yeah, it's going to be perfect. Perfection. Yeah, there should be. If you type !! Discord, I think that works. What else was there? I can't remember what else there was, but I remember that one. I think it's Discord. ! Discord. Do it. Do a little clack. He's a harmless wolf. Well, I've got like timers, so there'll be timers that come off. I was in a Discord there. However, yeah, we'll go down the route of. I am going to remove this lightning blade. I think. Shall I? No. You know what? No, we're not, because it makes sense. Anyway, right. Come on, folks. Stop dilly-dallying. I need number 37, 36 Where are you? 37 to 36. Hello. Are they on a completely different sprue? Just oh no, 37, 36. There it is. 37, 36. Let's see if I can get one actually done, shall we? That'd be a miracle. Keep the bolt. It's a relic from the pet. Yes, I'm going to keep it. And plus, Raijin's Fury, they're like the fast guys anyway. I think, if I remember rightly. You know, I can't remember now. Well, sorry, the assault intercessors are from the fast guy, so it makes sense because they're obviously a fast attack. But the normal intercessors are just the normal blokes, normal guys. I've got no like set criteria. The reason brother is a mod because he's a mod in Discord, and he's quite active, well, very active in the community. So it's basically just about that, really, being active and stuff like that. I know you're around quite a bit on the Discord as well, but that one there. I'm going to remove the this off here as well. I'm going to remove that. I hadn't built in a while before the Space Wolves sprue, and I don't know why they can't have them. No, yeah, I know. Well, there is obviously a reason behind it. It's literally to do with space and all that sort of stuff, but it is frustrating. It's like I want to surrender like it's like France. Wow. There's surrendering, and then there's knowing when to accept defeat. Two different things. There we go. Oh, easy job to remove that off. Super smooth down. What I love about these is the lack of like knee flares. That's what I call them. I don't know if that's right on some of them. Some of them don't even have knee pads. They just have the shin guards, and I think that looks cool. And that's partly the reason why I wanted to use these for my chapter, because ultimately it boils down to being kind of like almost utilitarian, kind of simple look, but also got a little bit of fanciness to it when it comes to like the furs and stuff like that. Plus I think I'd probably end up making the armour to look fancy as well. One thing to bring all of European together, and that's the sorts of France and French people. Well, come on, Glowclack. That's not nice. Also, not, yes. Yeah, people don't like English people, which is fine. I understand. Yeah, French in school, it's a nightmare. Yeah, I had French. It was either French or Spanish, and I chose French, and what a mistake that was. The smooth look should have been the base one. Yes. Yeah, I think so. I mean, I've got a feeling, I think we discussed it last stream, obviously with the potential that there's a relaunch of the Primaris in the works, where a lot of Primaris characters and models now are coming out with a lot of different armor looks and things like that. Obviously, these things being a primary example of that. I think we'll get to see a lot of this sort of stuff going forward, which I, for one, welcome. In fact, I'm just going to quickly run a bit of glue along here just to melt these bits along here. That's what I do. If you can't quite get into the edges, a bit of glue to melt this away. Tidy up those rough areas. I was somehow in top set class for French. I couldn't read or speak, but I could write perfectly. Just couldn't read back. That's weird, isn't it? It's very, very strange. Like a strange superpower. I know how to write French in French, but I can't read it back to you. I can't speak it. Oh my cracking god, I forgot to post the rumours. I'll try tonight if not. No, brother, don't do it tonight. Don't do it tonight. I appreciate you doing it any time, but don't do it tonight. Right, let's do the arm. Let's get this going. Folks, come on. We're gonna go for the plasma pistol, which is number 54. Yep, 54 there. Got a spare bolt pistol now, which is nice. And then we need arm number 53. 53, 53, 50, there it is. Oh, this has got runes wrapped around it and everything. How did I remind you? If I did, it was completely by accident. Oh, it's to do with the talking about the. Yeah, I see. Yeah, I remember. Plasma pistols. Do the barrels need to be drilled on plasma pistols? Yeah, of course they do. I will do it. Yeah, I know I might mess around by saying drilling barrels. Yeah, I do like drilling them. I just don't like people when they say you must drill your barrels. The fire that kept me alive was love. They loved God's love. I will never be able to repair the debt I owe, but I must try. Okay. I'm guessing you're quoting something that I'm missing. Don't stress. No, yeah. We need you. Any other rumours and vibes? Never drill the barrels. See, spoken like a true heretic. Well, to some. I, for one, do not mind whether you drill your barrels or not, but always. Oh my goodness. There's only one way to solve this. Fight! I was also thinking, folks, about doing a hobby hangout session in Discord at some point. We just sit in there and we chat, work on what we were working on. Because I really enjoyed the when we hung out and watched the reveal stream for the Horus Heresy. That's fun. Welcome back. I've stuck bits together. I've also got ready the arm that I'm going to be using, the chainsword, and I'm working on the plasma pistol and arm. So we're getting there. Non-drilled barrel heretics. I drill barrels on everything. Well, I guess some flamers get a pass. Yeah, there was... What else was there? I was thinking that people were never sure whether it had a barrel or not. I don't know if it's the Volkite or not. Don't think so. Right, is there anything else we can add to this sergeant just to make him look slightly different and in keeping with the chapter? Haven't added the helmet yet, so we've got that option as well. Yeah, we'll do it at some point, Inquisitor. I'm not too sure when it'll be. It won't be obviously today, because times and all that sort of stuff. But we'll definitely do it. I won't be able to hobby this month because I'm uni next month. Sure, that's fine. We'll maybe set up like a monthly thing or a bi-weekly thing maybe. It would just be a good excuse to sit down and chat with you folks in a more chilled environment, and also I can actually get on with some painting that I need to do. So let's just put a little hole here ready for when I drill the barrel. Not going to drill it yet. There we go. As Rifle Volca, I don't drill because one's too small and the other has a slot in the front. It's true. Yeah, because the Volkite's like a line, isn't it? So look. Yeah, it doesn't come with a line on this one. Never mind. Black dot barrels for the win. Yep. Croc's got it there. You can just go with a black dot. Oh, I will drill the barrel. I like drilling the barrels. However, I'm not of the opinion that you need to drill them. I think that's what I'm trying to kind of get at. You know, you do what you want. It's your hobby, let's get rid of these. But I do like drilling them. But I don't think people have to drill them. Some people get quite up in arms about the whole thing. Which is a weird hill to die on, you know. But each their own. Obviously some people, like yourselves, obviously there's a jokey way, which is absolutely fine. But some people take it a little bit too serious. I mean, what a surprise, eh? A fandom taking something too seriously. It's midnight. Yep, 3 minutes past 11 here. We're on a late one, folks. We're doing it. I mean, we've got an Inquisitor in here already, but we'll we might get some other American folk head over soon, hopefully. It's weird that that's actually my biggest audience is Americans. I say it's weird. It's not really that weird, is it? But drill for showpieces, captains, characters. That makes sense. Yeah. I mean, it does look cool with drill barrels. But I've, on the odd occasion, like when I want to knock something out quickly, model that is, I just don't bother. Especially if I'm playing like something like Kill Team. I don't think I drilled the barrels on my Angels of Death Kill Team. I will die on the hill of not drilling barrels. That's until I decide I won't. All my barrel holes are crooked, as I don't have the tip of a knife blade. It's stuck in the shin pad on the marine somewhere. Oh, yeah, you have to be very careful because you can easily get rid of this. But what I would recommend, rather than, I would just like stab it for now. I mean, doing that and then spinning it is quite handy because you kind of give yourself a little bit more of a thingy. But you can just literally stab and just give yourself a guide mark. Get some more knives, little clack. Get this. Get this. I promise you, you won't regret it. So we've removed that rune and tooth off there. I'm going to keep the strip because that's a lot of work to remove that for no reason whatsoever. I'm quite happy with that staying on, but that's quite nice and smooth. So I'm quite pleased with that. Am I the only German active viewer? I'm not sure, actually, if I'm honest. See, I don't specifically know where folks are from. The reason I know that Inquisitor's from America is because he said. I know where other people are from. Obviously, I know where Dark Apostle's from, and I know where Brother's from, and I know where Lil Clack's from. But again, that's because they're active just like yourself. Right, I think we are good with this. I'm not... Shall we do that now? Yeah, let's do that now quickly. There's quite a few strap arms, moulded detail on the belts and blood growth. Yeah, I mean, I'm totally down for that. I think it looks cool. I'm just going to get rid of the thingy though, the claws and the runes. Just not quite, they do not quite fit in. Oh, I need a bigger drill bit for this. It looks quite small. I needed better drill. The pin vise that I use is awful. You have to put so much pressure on, and if you slip, oh my god, I've slipped. I've slipped, and it's gone right under my nail like that before, and it. Oh, blimey, does it sting? But. There we go, drill bits here. That one, what we need to do. But the one that Pete the Wargamer uses, it's the old Games Workshop Citadel one, and it's like amazing. And I want to get one that's very similar to that, because this is very small. Look, it's quite small, really, and it's just not. It's not great. Finally in bed, oh bless you. There you go. Look, it's not looking too bad. You don't have to go crazy with it as well. Sometimes I go a little bit crazy with the bolt pistols and the bolt guns, and I drill the exhaust ports and stuff like that on the sides as well. Sometimes I don't. Just depends how I feel, whether I'm feeling lazy or not. Oh, this. Do this. Needs to be bigger. Need a bigger one. Have you ever considered dabbling into heresy kitbashing, something the consulate kitbashing series? Yeah, I have. In fact, I'm quite happy to, if you would assist in some suggestions, because being of a persuasion that you are regarding Horus Heresy, I'll be up for listening to some ideas. Especially with the new edition coming out. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people looking for stuff, which, as we've discussed before, trying to jump on the bandwagon, as it were. Use a new knife, aim at the middle, and start to drill. Trust me. I don't trust myself doing it. I'll stick with this for now. Speaking of which, I plan to kitbash many of my own, probably starting with a Decurion, is it? Console soonish? Nice. See, I'm so I do know lore, by the way, just not a lot, as you folks do. You're 100% going to fall asleep and wake up wondering where you are, and if you're late for school with a red hot dead phone. Just know it. There we go. I'm alright with that. I'm happy with that. Let me put them back on there. Got the exact same pin vise. Yeah, it's not perfect, but it's okay. Mine squeaks a lot. Yeah, mine squeaks a fair bit as well. One I got off Amazon quite cheaply. Horus Heresy Army book show so many cool characters for each legion. Cool. Yeah, I'm up for it. A new Blood Angel Raver Guard character amazing. And then what I do is a bit of glue, and I just go into there like that, and just to smooth it all out. And now you've got a nice, clean, drilled barrel. Oh, sublime. How long do you think it will take till the end of what? Finishing the model? I'm coming towards the end, I think. But do not feel like you have to stay. Yeah, I'm up for doing that. It's a tough one. I mean, I'm sure you all know how YouTube works and the way that specifically Warhammer YouTube works. People just love Space Marines, and I've built my whole thing on Space Marines. One, because I actually like Space Marines, so that's helpful. But two, the algorithm likes Space Marines. So building my my audience on them has really helped push the channel further than it's ever been. But I do really want to, lean out into something different and try some different stuff. But it's a bit touch and go at the moment because I still want to grow the channel. There we go. I'm not sure, Little Clack. I think they meant the stream because it is late over there. Right, let's put some bits together, shall we? We got this. Let's start building some bits together. Let's stick this arm on. At least we can say we've built a model on stream then, can't we? And it has happened a bunch of times. At least I won't be wondering if I'm late for school. I'm only have an exam next week and then 2 more till the end of the month. No worries here. It is the weekend as well, so we do have to factor in that. I finished my exams. Oh, congratulations, Cypher. That's awesome to hear. I never wish exams on anyone, as they are quite testing at times. I've got to get rid of this, haven't I? Oh. It's horrible, but I've got to do it. I need something to put on this now. Let's just shave this down. We're going to have to hide it with some purity seals and whatnot. I have a PTS course coming up so I can get a job on the underground, but my god, I can't look at a book to revise without wanting to tear my eyes out. Yeah, you're doing well as well, brother. Much respect for those doing exams and stuff like that. You know, you're all obviously a lot younger than me. Gone are the days of that sort of stuff for me at the moment, so I'm rather fortunate in that respect, but completely understand. Let's move that a bit. Here we go. So you need to get some soldier. Shoulder pads on. Oh, he's leaning like that. So let's twist this a bit more. Oh, he's a little bit top heavy now. 24. Oh, to be 24 again. I'll have to leave you to guess my age. Right, I'm going to have a quick look for... Let's have a look for a backpack and a helmet. So it says backpack number... It's one with a little paw on the top. I don't want to use that one because there's absolutely no need. We're just going to use a standard intercessor backpack. I like how some of these intercessor packs are a mix of the old backpacks as well, like the vents on them. They don't have that kind of shielded bit over the top. I like that. I'm 20. I'm already tired. 15, 24. I bet he is 36. You're not too far off. There's Cypher, not too far off at all. I'm over 20. I like the vagueness of it. Yeah. You never know. Brother is the sensible one out of the lot, you know. It makes you feel old. If you're feeling old at your age, and yeah, that is a concern. Right, we're almost done with this, folks. What helmet and shoulder pad should I go for? Again, the good thing about the Space Wolf set is it comes with some awesome helmets and awesome shoulder pads. I like the idea of the plain shoulder pads, so I might do that. Croc, we have a new member. Thank you very much for becoming a member. As I said, I will be amending the names of the members now because we've got new ones on Patreon, so they'll be updated here on YouTube as well. $31. First one from Perfect by myself tired of the funds. My profession dictates my rationale. The funds make me more cautious. That's fair. The Emperor needs your credit card information. Send it to me and I get so yeah. The Emperor of Mankind is in trouble and requires your credit card information. It's literally the Warhammer Nigerian prince. Either the new Mark 6 or 7 from the kit with a top knot and with a higher rimmed shoulder pad, I'd say. Don't be ashamed at all, do not be ashamed. High rimmed shoulder pad. So I'm guessing a bit like the oh, camera nonsense. Kind of like this. Tell you what we will be doing. We will be using a rimless one because I quite like them. I am going to be using ones with bonding studs at some point as well. I need to look at the other helmets for the second. I've only got the got the Corvus one and these ones. It's pretty cool. I'll keep that for a yeah, I think I'll do the rimmed one as well for a sergeant. It makes sense. It's more fancy, isn't it? Yeah, that's what we're going for, fancy. The helmet I'll have a look in a minute. But what we'll quickly do is, because we can stick this all on now, we can get this all going. And does anyone say bonding studs? I can imagine brother like drifting off to sleep and then was woken up by the word bonding studs. Yeah, I like the idea of like the heavy units, like the heavy intercessors or something like that, having shoulders with bonding studs on. One of the bear heads reminds me of Conquest from Invincible. I haven't seen all of Invincible, so I don't know who that is, but I think Conquest's the old boy, isn't it? Right. How are we looking? I am going to fill the symbols in. The runes on there and on there. I like the studs, the armor on there, so I'm going to keep them, but I'm going to use some milliput to fill that in. Obviously I won't do that on stream because I'm not going to get milliput out right now. To summarise, just say Bondage does the most rare times. Remember, the more raised armor shoulder pads should go on the left usually. Yeah, I'm gonna put it on this one. It makes sense as well being on where you're using your melee weapon as well. Why did the Blind Angels get ship models and the Dark Angels and Space Wolves get Black Temple get called? Yeah, that is a valid question, one that we all ask. Stick that on there. And then just go in with the glue and we'll just put some blobs of glue everywhere. I'll do it for now. Or say thighs and summon Aaron. Yeah. Yep. Did someone say thighs? Right, let's stick this one. The thing is like figuring out exactly where it fits. There you go. That looks like it fits like that a bit. Let's have a look on the picture. Yeah, I think that's probably right, isn't it? And the glue's dried now, and now it doesn't stick. Excellent. No, it's too high. There we go. That's better. I remember Marines are trained to tank with their left as usual shooting stances of the Marines turn left to the fire bolters. Barak seems adamant that Blood Angel Assault Terminators are come in. I think just Assault Terminators, aren't they? I resist even though I want to sleep. And what is with the Sanguinary Guard? Yeah, they're a bit rubbish. I just got absolutely railed off War Thunder. I think that's enough of them to focus on the stream. Right, okay. I'm not going to stick the backpack on, and the reason is it just makes things harder to paint. However, whacking the backpack there, I can see where the model, where the shoulder pad should be. Okay, helmet. Coming towards the end, folks. Helmet. Oh, you got two of them. Okay, that's the same kit. Me looking for that earlier, and I couldn't find it, but it's the same kit. Nope, that's the Thunder. You got them ones from the thing, which I don't want to use. They're cool as F though, but nope. Some of these quickly. I mean, the helmetless ones look so cool. Obviously, we're not going to do that because that's crazy, but they look very cool. I think I found the one I'm going to use already. I think we're going to use this one here, and then we will. This is a simple one because I think this is the same kit, isn't it? It's not. It is, yes. So we've got two of them. Same sprue. So I'm just going to grab that. I Kitbash wings on them because I had them, but I think they're pretty alright. I think the wings though, they do definitely add to them. I remember seeing your ones with the wings on. They definitely make them look a lot better. It is a shame that they don't have them, but I mean, I kind of get the aesthetic, I guess, because all the other chapters so far have been a bit. I mean, they are subtle, even though they've got their own differences. Like these guys got pelts and top knots and runes and stuff like that. They are still slightly subtle, whereas having Sanguinary Guard, as they used to be, with massive wings and stuff like that, is a little bit OTT, isn't it? I also don't stick the helmet in, the head in, because it makes it easier to paint as well. And sometimes, if I'm feeling crazy, I don't put the arms on unless they're in a position like they are on here. Okay, that's cool. So let's get some blue tack quickly so I can stick the bits on. And then I need to get a base. Here's a 32mm base. All prepared. Here's one I prepared earlier. Yeah, there was part of their charm definitely then, but I think the style in which the models are these days, they're not like too OTT, if that makes sense. Sorry, camera. Earthquake test. Where did the blue sack go? Where did it go? Oh, there it is. We have someone signed up on Patreon, which is awesome. Thank you very much. If they're in the chat now. Appreciate that. There we go. I don't know the way this helmet's sitting. I don't quite like. There you go. That's better. Right, we're going to glue this model to the base now because I don't need to get anywhere else. Squeeze that on there. Squeeze that on there. And then I just go in again with the plastic glue and just shove a load around the base like that, where they connect to. Oh, my life is jumped off. Ultramarines, Roman Space Wolves, Viking Fury, yeah, King Arthur's Knights. Yeah, some sort of gothic looking thing. Renaissance art, Vampire Angels, yeah, Daddy Issues. We've got something here I can use on the... not really. I'm just thinking what to put on the bit I cut at the front there, but I'll figure that some other point. You might have heard a cat. My cats do wander around every so often. So you probably did. There we go. Here we are, folks. I'll add some, I want to add some strips of, I'm going to try the peachy masking tape technique, and I want to put some strips of paper hanging down, and because I want to push like a little bit harder on the storm calligraphy idea that I put in the lore, which I think would be pretty cool. Put it on just some notable units like sergeants and higher ups and stuff like that. I need to think of an idea to put here to cover up this hashed bit that I've done, but that can be resolved at some point. I'm going to fill in the runes on the shoulder pad there, but all of this will be done off camera. And what we'll do is we will, next stream we'll look at painting. So I'll try and get this done before then and finished, and I'll get some basic material on, and then we're pretty much ready to go. I'm still debating whether to put something on the backpack or whether to leave it. Any thoughts, any suggestions, let me know in the Discord. I'm totally up for hearing your suggestions and thoughts. Well, I'm pretty much finishing Cypher, so you've made it. You've made it. I think I'm going to finish now. I think there's no point in pushing any further, because obviously we're rummaging around thinking, unless, you know, people want to see me rummaging around looking for something. But, you know, so it might be quite cool actually. Some Stormcast bits might be quite good for decoration on this loinclothy thing. Good. Use the old school cross-sheathed knives from the firstborn sprues. I don't have any firstborn sprues. I think he's going to look awesome when he's painted up. Can't wait to paint it. I'm very excited. I think it's quite good just for a sergeant. Let me have a quick rummage before we head off. See if there's anything that I can see that would be good. Got some Stormcast bits here. Wait. I've got some Nighthaunt stuff as well, which is quite cool. Lots of keys. I kind of want to use keys for librarians, though, don't you? Not librarians. You know what I mean? What do they call them? Death Watch. Watchmasters and stuff. I'm mumbling. Night Cypher. Thank you for popping by. I appreciate it. Take it easy. Yeah, I'm just looking at kits. I don't think I'm going to be able to find anything of use currently that's easily accessible. That I'd be happy with. So I will have a little think. Yeah, the pose is cool. I mean, that's the pose itself is obviously a lot of that's from the kit itself, but yeah, it looks pretty cool. I love relaxed melee weapon look. It's just a thing that I've got. I do, you know, I like the old relaxed look, so I'm pretty chuffed with that, and like the curved thingy. We're going to have some fun with painting this. As I said, in Discord tomorrow or whenever, just start chucking some. I will post this up as a picture in Discord in the whip work in progress, Kitbash work in progress stuff, and I will say, what shall we add to this model? Any ideas for the fur and maybe on the backpack? And you folks just give me some suggestions what you think. I think that's probably the best solution, because I think we're going to have to call it here. I need to go and make sure my children are good. And, you know, people, it's late. It's late for people. So, yeah. That was an awesome stream. Thank you ever so much, folks, for being here. Thank you for sticking around, even if I just built a lonely Assault Intercessor Sergeant. I appreciate your support. Thank you for Croc and for Friendly Neighbourhood Inquisitor. For becoming members on YouTube. As I said, I will update the names on there and the tiers. Thank you very much for the follows and subscriptions, all that sort of stuff as normal. Yeah, there's lots of knives. I've got a knife. There's knives actually on these kits here. You know, look. There you go. I can just have a knife hanging down, couldn't I? I mean, there's these ones which are pretty cool as well. Something like that. There's lots of options. I'll put it up anyway, and you folks can just repeat what you said to me. That's fine. Maybe a burn hole. Oof. Anyway, I'm getting distracted again. Thank you all ever so much. I will let you know where the next one is. We'll have some hobby hangouts. At some point, I'll mention that in the Discord, and I will catch you folks in the next one. So thank you ever so much, and a good night.